Verse 3 says, and they ask each other, because see, they're walking with each other. They ask each other, they recognize the fact. They recognize the fact because they saw it. There was a stone put over the entrance. They saw it. They saw it. They saw it. They knew, based on what they had seen, that a stone had been placed over the entry. But let me tell you what I appreciate about these women. At no time did they ever stop moving toward the tomb. They knew that there was a stone over the entrance, but at no time did they ever stop moving toward the tomb. Let me tell you what some of our problem is. Some of our problem is we have stopped instead of keep moving toward the tomb. Some of us knew, because let me tell you, some of us knew that there was a stone in front of the situation we needed to do, but instead of seeing possibility, we only saw the problem. These women did not stop moving toward the tomb. And saints, let me tell you something. If you're going to complete your unfinished business, write this down. Stop idolizing the stone. What is the stone? The stone are the obstacles that must be dealt with if we're going to finish our business. And some of us, instead of talking about what God is able to do, we've given power to the stone. Y'all better hear me. What are some of the stones that we've given power to? We've given power to the stones of other folks' opinions. Let me tell you something. How many folk can tell the truth? I've been guilty, and I know there's others who've been guilty of allowing the stones of other folks' opinions to keep us from doing what we knew that God had told us to do. And let me tell you this truth right here. You can do what you can. You can say all you can, but folks are going to say what they want to say. Folks are going to think what they want to think. Folks are going to act how they want to act, because the truth be told, you can't control nobody but yourself. But let me tell you something. The devil is a two-footed, slew-footed liar. He will not allow the stones to keep us from going to the places and accomplishing the task that God has assigned for our lives. Because let me tell you something, you've got some power to speak to your stones. How many folk know you have power? You have power to decree a thing and it be established. You've got power to tell the stones in your life, in the name of Jesus, I send you back to the pits of hell from whence you came. You've got power to plead the blood over your own children. You've got power to walk through your own house and announce the doors in your own house. You've got power to put your hand on your own head and say, in the name of Jesus, be healed, be delivered, and be set free. You better speak to those stones. Stones, you're not going to have nothing over here, because greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. He is a stone obliterator. How many folks have ever seen him move some stones in your own life? Because see, verse 4 says, it's not necessarily what I'm dealing with, but it's in verse 4. It said, but when they looked up, so they were too busy talking to each other. Now, I know you see that stone now. I don't know. Because see, if it was me, let me just be real. If it was me, if I knew there was a stone there, they could have went on all they want to, but you was going without me. It's dark. This man done caused a whole lot of trouble. And y'all want me to go with y'all? Thank God for some bold folks who don't mind confronting things. But see, when they stopped looking at each other, the text says they looked up. And what they were worried about had already been taken care of. And for some of us, if we stop talking to people, if we stop looking in the wrong direction, if we stop trying to figure out how it's going to get worked out, and we just look up, we might see that he's already taken care of the very thing that we were worried about, because I serve the kind of God, and I don't know about you, we serve the kind of God who can handle situations even before we get there. Is there anybody in the temple church who has ever seen God go ahead of you, and the thing you were crying about, the thing you were worried about, the thing you stayed up all night long, the thing that had your emotions hither, there, and yonder, when you got there, he had already worked that thing out, because the songwriter said, this problem that I had, I just couldn't seem to solve. I tried and I tried. I just got deeper involved. But here's what they said, I turned it over. Is there anybody in the church who's ever turned it over to Jesus, and I stopped worrying about it? I gave it over to the Lord, and what did he do? Oh no, you better say it better than that. What did he do? Look at somebody and tell them he'll work it out for you. Point at somebody else and point with your preacher finger and tell them he will work it out. Point at one more person and tell them he will work it out. Put your hand on yourself. Maybe you're the one that needs the encouragement. Tell them he will work it out. Work it out, God. Don't idolize the storm. Saints, one of the things that's so important is that verse 5 tells us that they stepped in to the tomb. It don't make any sense whatsoever to go there and not step in. Some of us, we at the tomb, and the tomb represents the place where business gets finished. But it's dark in the tomb. I don't know what's going to happen once I get in the tomb. I can't control certain, because there's a lot of uncertainties, unclarities in the tomb. But let me tell you something. The word for you today is, if you at the tomb, step in. I need for you to look at somebody, because they might be at the tomb right now. They can get the business finished, but they too busy looking in. Tell them, step in the tomb. Tell one more person, step in the tomb. Because even if you can't see what's going on, you're not going in the tomb by yourself. There is one who will go in the tomb with you. The hymn writer said, he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he... Do I have any tomb steppers in the house? I just need about 3 or 4 who don't mind just taking a step to the right in the tomb. Give me a few more who don't mind looking.